brazo.
Yemen's always been a poor country, the poorest country in the Arabian Peninsula, and it's always had a certain level of malnutrition. But the war over the last 3 years has pushed so many Yemenis who were already living on the edge, in some instances had pushed them over the edge. In any society, it's the most vulnerable people who are first affected by a lack of food, the very old and the very young. And in Yemen, it's the very young who are filling these hospital wards.
Yemen's war is more than any other war in the world. It's about indifference. Diplomacy was never tried before starting this war in Yemen. And there is indifference because the country doesn't send refugees. Because of this indifference, this war has happened, in my opinion. Fragmentation is the name of the game in Yemen. You have a combination of a regional and local war, a lot of civil wars and conflicts. You have a fragmentation happening in the country overall. We're entering a cycle before the finalist of a civil war, where everyone have a problem with their friends more than they have with their enemies. We might see an end of the war, but we will still see a lot of conflicts. The internal one, it's not gonna solve it tomorrow if Saudi backs off or Iran alone.
There is humanitarian aid on the ground. There are Western agencies working there on both sides of the front line. But the scale of the problem in Yemen has become so great that just shipping in international food aid is not enough.
Tomorrow, let's say you solve the problem between Yemenis or between the Houthis and the Saudis, you will still have a problem between the Houthis and the rest of Yemenis. Yemen is one of the very rare cases where it is not either or, but rather both. And therefore, all, in my opinion, the peace processes that has been happening in Yemen are too narrowed, including the UN process, because there is definitely a regional proxy war of this, which is Saudi-Iranian, and one should be looked at. And perhaps one where Europeans also can play a role, because again, this is not in the mandate of the UN envoy to Yemen. It is, in my opinion, the solution in Yemen is partially regional and partially external. If you solve either and you don't look to the other one, we're not going to see peace.